It's raining here in Vancouver. Technically, I'm in Richmond, but 3 years ago, I made a video in this very same spot, going over a trade the Vancouver Canucks had made with the LA Kings for Tyler Toffoli. Well, it's 3 years into the future, and we are in the same spot making another trade video because as I was eating my double stacker chicken sandwich just over there in the food court, I got a notification on my phone, and this was a really big one. The Toronto Maple Leafs, at about 11 p.m. EST, it's 8 over here, it's 11 in Toronto, they made a trade for Ryan O'Reilly. Ryan O'Reilly is a Toronto Maple Leaf, and Kyle Dubas has just gone out there and overpaid the heck to this guy. Okay, I get it. There are a few perspectives that make this trade make sense for both sides. For one, St. Louis, you're getting, a first, 2 seconds, Abramov and Adam Gaudette. So 2 AHL caliber centers, one of them is a lot younger than the other. Multiple draft picks as well, including a first for Noel Acciari and Ryan O'Reilly. He is a two-way center. He is a $7.5 million AAV guy who is expiring at the end of this season. So for Kyle Dubas, what he has done is he has gone out there and gotten a full, straight-up, just rental player for a boatload of crap. And it's not only that, there's a third team involved here too. The Minnesota Wild are getting their grubby little paws on this trade because Ryan O'Reilly has 50% salary retained. Sorry about that, the plane in the background. It's a rainy day here in the Lower Mainland, but yeah, let's see if we can wait for that to pass by. See, this video is really raw, isn't it? Because I'm all here alone. The SkyTrain is behind me. I don't know if people on the SkyTrain can see that I'm recording a video here. I got my umbrella because it's very rainy. But the Toronto Maple Leafs have given up a whole bunch of crap to get Ryan O'Reilly, and O'Reilly is actually having 75% retained heading over to Toronto. 50% held by St. Louis, and then he actually got sent over to Minnesota for a little bit, so Minnesota is retaining 25% of his total cap hit AAV-wise. So if I do the mental math in my head, 7.5 divided by 2, that is 3.75, is that correct? I think that is correct. Yeah, 3.75, and then multiply that into half again, so that is roughly, 40, roughly under $2 million AAV against the Toronto Maple Leafs cap, which is pretty good for them, all things considered. They are adding a guy who admittedly has not been playing all too greatly this season, but he still is a playoff performer. He still has that pedigree. He can still match up against all these other top teams' lines. It's just realistically, Kyle Dubas went out there and said he doesn't want to go for rentals. He doesn't want to sacrifice future, but that's exactly what he's doing here. He sent over a 4th-round pick over to the Minnesota Wild as well to make this trade go through. So, 3-way trade, essentially Minnesota, if you're a Wild fan watching this, hey, you pretty much bought a 4th-round pick with your available cap space, The St. Louis Blues got themselves a haul, which adds on to the haul that they got for Vladimir Tarasenko earlier last week as well. So the Blues have really been capitalizing on their mediocrity for this season, getting all these draft picks and getting all this stuff for Tarasenko and O'Reilly, and it's not even the trade deadline yet. We'll see what they get for Barbashev later on into the month. But for right now, Toronto, you guys shelled out a first, 2 seconds, Abramov, Gaudette, and a 4th in exchange for Ryan O'Reilly and Noel Acciari. 2 guys that are pretty good. Like, O'Reilly, while he has not been as fantastic as we know he can be this season, he is still good enough to justify making a trade for him, in my opinion. It's just that price, dude. That's a lot of crap to give up for a trade that's only going to be a rental guy after you said, Kyle Dubas, that you didn't want to make any sort of a rental trade. So Dubas, in my opinion, he overpaid for this one, but there's a method behind the madness. He's wanting to go all in. He's taking his home run swing right now. 2023 is the year of Toronto, at least according to Kyle Dubas. It should be, because if you're making a trade like this, you are going all in. That's it. Full send. No stopping right there. Talk to the comments your thoughts about this trade. Toronto is acquired Ryan O'Reilly. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Juraj. I apologize for the colloquial nature of this video. It really wasn't a good one. It was really raw. I'm out here. No script, no nothing. I'm just doing everything off the top of my head. There was also another defenseman that the Toronto Maple Leafs acquired from Minnesota too, but I think he was a depth guy, so it's not really too important to add on. Maybe we'll talk about that in the comment section or add it in the description. I'm not really too sure, but thoughts in the comments, all your thoughts about this trade. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.